The American Farm Bureau, along with the Board of Coalition of Business Groups, are suing to do away with the 2015 Waters of the U.S. rule, saying it's illegal for a number of reasons, including disregarding waters be at least closely connected to navigable water bodies. Joining us now is AFBF Senior Director of Regulatory Relations, Don Parrish. Don, thanks a lot for joining us. What has AFBF's WOTUS activity included? Can you give us an update?
Well, we've been very busy in the courts last week. On Wednesday, we asked Georgia, a court in Georgia, to extend a nationwide stay on the implementation of the 2015 rule. And then on Thursday, we asked the federal court in Galveston, Texas, to find this rule illegal. There's a number of reasons why this rule is illegal, and you mentioned one of them. The past administration wrote the term navigable out of the regulations. And on top of that, it also, we believe, violated the Constitution. The average man should be able to understand where they're going to be regulated. That's called due process. And this regulation in 2015 really kind of took the ability of the common man to understand how the federal government was going to implement this regulation.
Well, Don, there are some that would ask, why should the 2015 WOTUS rule be done away with completely in its entirety?
Well, clearly, if the common person, if you can't use your property, if you can't farm your land, there's something wrong without first checking with the federal government. Our system is not made that way. Our laws are supposed to be clear. They're supposed to be understandable. And clearly, if they're not, there's a problem. So what we're doing is we're asking this judge to move quickly to hear this case and then make a decision.
The current filing in Texas wasn't the first time the court has been asked to vacate this as well. So what about the rule now? What about the 2015 rule? It was included in this, right?
It was. This judge has given us every indication that he wants to move very quickly. He's given us the opportunity to file what our concerns are. And we've done that, and he's going to review it, and we're very hopeful that sometime very early in 2019, this judge is going to come back with a ruling. We hope, very plain on its face, a ruling that is in our favor.
So what's next then? What can landowners expect?
You know what? We're looking for an opportunity not only to finally drive a wooden stake through the heart of this 2015 rule, but we want to move on to a rule that the public can support. A rule that protects clean water. That is critically important. We all depend on it. We depend on it for our farms. We depend on it for our families. We want clear rules to protect those clean waters. So that's the next step, is making sure that we do it right. The last administration, they even used something that the GAO called covert propaganda. It was really the wrong way to approach a rulemaking that is so important for this country. We need it to be done right.
AFBF Director of Regulatory Relations, Don Parrish. Don, thanks a lot for joining us today here on the Market Day Report.